All right. Saturday morning. It's nice and hot out here. Good here. Oh man, this is yeah. Yep. 84. Right out the door. Yep. All right. Let's get this ball rolling. Hey, talking on point. We're here. All righty, welcome to the 1 Point Podcast. Doc Blake here with 1 Point. Show. What you know? I got some great information, great things to share with you today. My son, he's been out of commission the past couple of weeks. Made at a birthday party, celebrating with the family again, and I like my son. He's absolutely, man. He tends to make sure he's there with everybody, taking care of things, and I enjoy him being a dad. I'm grandpa, so grandpa's done. I'm like, well, not really done, but grandpa's doing things that grandpa wants to do. So I talked to him earlier today. So I let my son, almost my son-in-law. But I like they do the thing and let dad know. He'll be with us next week, hopefully. At that party. There's a party summer. But with even that got some great information to share with you today. We were working on the second part of second part of ROI, return on intention. Return on intention for your business, your life. And I'll remember this whole year about the economy of being, creating a richer life. And richer life is outside of money is part of it, but it's outside of it. Just a richer life is richer, and it includes finance. It's richer when you have all the other elements added to it, and you have family. Early at church, giving things away and serving others. Because how you do it, you help others win. That's how your life is richer we help others win. Give more, and you give, you're giving your talents, your finances, but you're giving your gifts. You love for helping other people. That's how it gets better for you because you're able to do those things. You're able to share. You're able to allow your growth in others, your growth in yourself to assist. So let let me get some things available here, and make sure we're all in order. I want to make sure that we have things here. But yeah. All right, so here we go. Get presentation here. Here's where we left off here on part 2: strategies for maximizing returns on intention. So part 2 of it. Part 2: regular reflection and adjustment, accountability partners, mindfulness, and practices. So, how does that work into what we're doing? How does that help us achieve our goals and objectives? How does that make things work for us? How does it work for us? And we're sharing what we're doing. And so, let's look at it. All right. So, there's some case studies. One of the case studies, things that I've seen happen and what I'm doing, and how I see things work for families and work for others. So last week I was in Georgia, and man, I tell you what, I went 100 degrees there like right before, but it was 100 degrees last week here in Goodyear, and the weather was like really ooh-wee. So it was 100, but I went to Georgia and it was 40. Imagine the night it was a nightmare. 100 degrees there, 40 degrees there, freezing. I got back. Oh gosh, it was, I was like, man, I kind of I said, dude, turn the heat off. What's going on, man? Turn the heat off, brother. I can't even turn the heat off over here. So, but I got here, but I was with my daughter, my son, for the whole week, helping me out. And one thing, went there, and I see my baby the first year, and the first year of being married, and they embarked on a new setting for life, embarked on for their future, and I was so proud of them. I'm so happy for them because they are now they're getting another home. They get another house. They're getting a place to them to even explain it when they start to have other ones in their family. And they purchased a home. They're doing another 3.9 acres of land, and I was like, man, look at them. They doing their thing. They're making it happen for them. And I looked at that. I said, man, I remember when I had 3.9 acres. And, now it was like they got this big old backyard. They have all this, more in the backyard. It's kind of big. But they got a little creek on the back. I'm like, they set themselves up for their future. They set themselves up for their what they want to have. And they did right because they built their lives. I told my daughter, build your life before you become a wife. And she did. Build your life before she became a wife. House, degree, and her future started before the husband came along. And husband, he did the same thing. He built his life before he became a wife. Before he got his wife. Because wife, that the Bible said, find a wife, find a good thing, obtain favor from the Lord. And that's what they did. And that's how it worked out for them. So that's our good beginning. And I like it. They're doing a good job. Now, another thing I saw as I'm going along in business, I've been doing 30 years now. So I had a client. I can't tell you, I can't tell you client's name because then I'll get hit up. They'll be like, Joe, you said something name. They put me in the head up. So this client adopted a daily mindfulness where they practice and help them produce physical health and strengthen his relationship with the family. So it's important to strengthen that relationship with your family. So how does I get to know his aptitude for intuition? How did he get to know his aptitude for intuition and keep track of everything, right and wrong, before he had all facts? Intuition is something that you get from your, from your creator, your maker, and you can develop that over time. Sometimes folks say, "Well, you don't need to know what to have a creation with your." Yeah, okay, you can figure it out, knock yourself out. But the creator gives you that, that knowingness, that understanding. That's how. Now, there's this book called "The Basic Instructions for Living Earth." So this book has a bunch of different books inside of it. And there's this one book, and it's called Galatians, right? And one book is called Galatians, and Galatians is inside of it, and it's Galatians 5, right? Galatians in this chapter 5 in the book. Now, again, basic instructions before leaving Earth, right? And Galatians 5, and then there's an area called 22, right? It talks about the spirit, joy, peace, long suffering. These are things. When you say fruit of the spirit, it looks like a fruit on a tree. So how does fruit on a tree grow? It takes time for their fruit to develop, right? In a certain season. So that fruit's develop. That fruit is who's the fruit on the tree for? That fruit on that tree for you, or that fruit on the tree for the tree, right? That fruit grows. That fruit is not for the tree. The tree ain't gonna do nothing with that fruit. The fruit on the tree is for us to eat, for us to enjoy. So you develop their fruit, mindfulness, intuition. It actually is enjoyed by someone else. Because that peace that you develop, that love, those things you develop, that love is for someone else to enjoy. They enjoy, we grow because we have that peace. We have that love. This is love, actually, long suffering. They enjoy that because we develop that. So if you don't develop that peace, you don't develop that joy, you don't develop love, you ain't gonna get it. That's before. That's that financial that brings in the financial, because if you heart booty butt, that's not gonna work out for you. Nobody want to talk to you. Every time you come out, somebody you spewing negativity, or you spewing throwing up on people. Nobody want to look. Nobody. Don't talk to me. They don't want you, man. So you got to be mindful of what you're saying, and that strength in your family. You always. If you're in the family, I want to talk to you, man. So you can be mindful of that. So this like adopt that mindfulness. This like adopted being able to speak love to others, and that relation built into the family, and it grew within his family, and that helped his family grow, helped him grow, and like together, and it worked out for the family. Your family grows and knows together, and when they know and grow together. It's adhesive. It ain't work for the good. All right. Now the other thing is, and these are different years I put in there because this is a certain person at every time. So this man created a vision board. I put Mark there because Mark is just saying it's one of those books also inside that book, basic instructions before leaving Earth. But he created a vision board, and it kind of mapped out his life goals and his career change, and helped him enhance his life. Now, you may have heard the term vision board, right? Vision board is you have it. Oh, I ain't got my over here, but you put it up. You have what you want to do, what to accomplish. You put dates on there. Some people don't want to put dates. Put it there, man. Because what happens if you put a date and that date comes up and it passes? Do you go that date and then the date passed and say, do you cry about it? Do you go, oh, that date didn't pass, and then we pass that date. I don't know what to do. You're all upset about it because the date passed. Yeah, you want, when that day passed, you get upset about the date. No, you erase it, put a new date there. Reset, man. It's your opportunity to go boom, hit the reset button, set a new date. That's the purpose of goal. That's the purpose of having that vision board, because you can go erase it, put a new date. If it's this month, set the next month. If it's this year and it passes next year, the vision board erasable. So, but put the goals there, and if you be adjusted, just adjust it. As long as you see it there, it's there for you, so you have it. Now, putting that there, it helps keep the project current in your mind, current in your eyes. I have a vision board that I have on the side. I also have, when I go to my garage, I have some paint chalk. You can get paint. It's like chalk. I get the paint. I put it on the back. My garage door, I go out. It's paint that comes when it was dry chalk, right? So I got chalk, and then put all goes up there that I want to leave the door. So when I go out, then I get some words that relate to prayer. When I go out, I'm going to conquer the world, because I'm going to conquer what I want to achieve. So every time I take it out of my mind, my thoughts and my goals, and I put it on that my vision board, I accomplish it. It happens. What I want, I'm going to do that, and the other, it happens. I'm going to do this, that, and the other, it happens. When I put it on the vision board. And then once when I accomplish that goal, erase it. That goal, erase it, because I wrote it down. Now, how do I know, how did I realize to write it down? How did I figure out that I need to take this and man, how did I have to write this down to make it a goal objective? Who told me that? How do you know? Like I do have a PhD. I do have a lot of knowledge. I know a lot. I don't know it all, but I do know a lot. And then I talk about the basic structures before leaving. There's a book, and that book called Habakkuk. And that particular book is a book, Habakkuk chapter 2, and verse 2. And they said, write the book. They write the vision, you're playing upon tables, that he that run can read it. So whoever's write the book, read it, and somebody can read it and run with it. So all things are created 3 times. Once in the mind, second is put on paper, the third physical structure is built. So 1, to the mind. Second, third, when I'm running out the door, I ran with it, man. My mind was like, okay, Joe, we gotta do this. Bam. And so all these things, just help me keep things visualized. And even though my mind thought and my body and my action when I went to the door to accomplish my goals, dreams, boom. I'm always about having that my conscious mind and my subconscious mind working together to make things happen for my life. And I've been doing that. Man, I'm 60 this year, Paul. I'm doing it for those years. It's not how I accomplish it. Pitfalls, never lack 30. Common pitfalls, how to avoid them. Get done. Don't half step. Don't not do it. Don't not just talk about it. Don't not just dream about it. I call this the street vernacular. Stop half stepping. Stop half stepping. Stop dreaming about it. Stop saying, well, I'm gonna do it someday. No, I'll do it today. You just do it today. Don't do it tomorrow, do it today. You gotta do it today. Right? I was and I was at the church making sure I had to move this table. My back, move the table, and back hurt, right? But I moved the table. I had to put a sign out, put a sign out. I still had to do things, I did things I wanted to be able to help with people see service. And I did my part. That was my part. Did my part. Do you happen? Don't do it tomorrow. Do it when today. Don't be waiting. Do your part when? Today. And then after that, I get back here. To talk to everyone here. I'm talking to everybody. Remind us to keep on, keep doing, keep growing, and be happy. Because that's how life is. That's how life goes. That's how life happens. All right. Two techniques for intentional living your intentions. Journal, reflecting your thoughts, feelings, and intentions. Self-discovery comes by you're not rubbing yourself up and that. That's self-discovery. Self-discovery is reading, writing, what you're doing, your desires and actions that you have in your life. You gotta. Right. I do a lot of reading, so I like to read, stop, think about it. Come on, wife. Okay, come here. What's going on? What do you think of this? And she me a 2 cents, 3 cents, 4 cents for an hour. Okay. I got to wait. That's what I make me share thoughts about what's happening in life. You include your wife, something wrong with you. That's what God got it there for. Let's see what she has to say to you. All right. Vision board. Have a vision board. Whether it's money coming in your house, or you get some paint. I like to paint one. And then you write it on there and then erase it. That was a thought I had. Yep. Get that out here. Right. Meditation. Yeah, meditation. Now this is the practice where you enhance your mindfulness, your self-awareness, and where you dedicate time to be quiet the mind. You connect with yourself, clarity. Sometimes for some it's hard to meditate. To be quiet. I like to meditate. I like music. I don't like music that's just music. Sometimes it has no speaking and no sound like music. And so, but that's how I meditate. Whatever works you. If you meditate, think about life, think about God, how God works for you and with you. But then I go back to first of all, I do that basic instruction before leaving Earth. The book, go back there, and then that book it has a book called Gospel, and in that book there's a chapter chapter 1, and there's a line that's all feet, and it says Joshua. This book should not depart from y'all, but you should meditate on it to make us prosperous and so as to have good success. So have good success. We should meditate on that thing day and night. So day and night. How do you do it day and night? When I wake up, when I wake up in the morning, every morning, I get up. Sometimes I get up at like 5:30, 6 o'clock. I can't sleep. Thanks for the United States Air Force for that one, being a firefighter. Yay! So I get up and I pray. And I get up, pray, I meditate. I think deep, and I'm focused on a period of time in my life. I'm in silence. Listen, like I said, I'm doing maybe an app is reading the Bible to me. I meditate. I'm calling speaking. I speak in tongues, and I'm relaxing on what God is saying to me. I'm relaxing what God is sharing with me on my purpose for the day, purpose for this week, purpose for this month, purpose for this year, and seeing where I'm gone, see where I'm going, see where I've come from, and ensuring that my life is lined up with what's purpose in my life. And when I do that, it gives me peace. Peace gives me serenity and keeps me level, even with what they call me to do. So when I do that, it makes things easier. Keeps me calm, keeps me direction. So that meditation that mindfulness keeps everything in order. So when you do that, you got to do it consistently. You can do it and not tomorrow and the next day. It's be consistent. So for me, every morning I'm up 6:30. I'm up. Now, if you got kids, that could be a little challenge. Take them with you. One thing I did with my daughter, and I didn't have my daughter all the time because my mom separated, and I would have most majority of the time in the summer when the school was out, my babies come and see me in summer. So when they came to see me, it was always training time with me. We'd have fun, but it's time to train daddy. Daddy was so it was a period of time where I was leading prayer at church. So I would leave my down at 5:30 in the morning. 5:30 in the morning, a cupcake, the big girl, was her daddy, and we would ride to church. She was like 9 years old, and she would ride to church with me. We would go to church, and she would be there while leading prayer, and she would be there with me tonight with her daddy in prayer. And what was the result of that? That's when she did her thing and made her master's degree. And all kids got masters, all of us. But yeah, just see how all that goes into it. You gotta do your part in your family's life. How the result of it. Really get back that you hear now. She actually and her husband created that. And those are all songs based on different verbs and different psalms. They created, and I was man, baby, created that, and she just was what daddy was. Those you put into your family's life and your children's life makes a big difference. So I want to put this last thing on here. This comes from John Maxwell. I lead prayer on Thursday night. I think law of leadership, and one of his laws of leadership talks about magnetism. So you must possess the same quality and people you're looking for, and that's law of magnetism. So he challenges us to look for the same people that we are we look for. And I challenged him when I was leading prayer. How do you identify folks that you're looking for that are like you when it comes to magnetism? So everyone had their little thing, and I was like, well, I tried to figure it out because I never had myself that. If you look for someone like you, how do you identify them? And I said, oh, wow, and then I came up with the Joe theory. So if you look for someone like you have that look for that return on intuition to maximize your life returns. You want people to be like you. I point out the Joe theory. So I'm looking for folks that are jovial, have fun about themselves, get laugh about life, because life just has all ups and downs. So you got to be jovial about it. Observe it. You got to say observe. One of the things my mom used to tell me a lot when I was a little kid, she said, "Son, you got to think twice and calculate your actions." So, all right, you got to think twice and calculate yourself. Got it. Then E, that's excellent. And a nut about equal things in order and right. That's what, you don't need a PhD to live life, but I got one because I'm not really next to being smart about things. So that's what I look for. Fun living, observe things what's happening around them, and then about excellence. So that's my Joe theory on finding, fantasizing, and having attracted to. So what's yours? What are yours? You all love magnetism to find the folks that are like you and do well in life. So with that, that's all we have for this particular session. Remind you to scan this QR code. You can subscribe to the podcast here. $20 a month is all I can be able to put into the system and help me keep it going. Here's the QR code. My second book was Joe's Bill Financial Legacy. That's the Sapphire Edition. Financial Gold Edition. Literacy lasts a lifetime. Legacy lasts a generation. Lastly, I have my Actionable Money app. Download it, and it gives you all the process of the steps, then let's find that you follow as well. With that, it has been Dr. Joe Blake with the On Point Podcast, where we help you get your financial point cards, and we look forward to seeing you next week on a brand new podcast. And my older son will be with me as well. So have a great day. We look forward to seeing you then. And hey, stay cool. It'll be over here in Arizona. Maybe you don't want to have that heat wave. But have a great day and great weekend with your family.